Hi, everyone. Lori McCulley here. I am just jumping on here. I just got back from vacation a couple days and trying to get back in the groove of things. But whether you're watching this live or on the replay, my goal here is to share an experience that I had with you that could possibly help you work through fear whenever you're in a fearful situation. So recently, I had a health scare. And from the moment that I realized that something was not right until I was able to go to the doctor and get confirmation that everything is okay, I want to talk about that in between, that middle piece and all of the thoughts and emotions and fears and ego chatter that was happening in that middle section. Because what I realized is that can be not only just for health, but it's across the board. It could be for work, it could be for a life change, it could be for of course your health, it could be for depression, it could be for anything that's going on in your life that is causing you to have fear and uncertainty. And I want to share with you a couple things that I did in the in-between that helped me to be able to not be a ball of anxiety and to lose my mind, because I think it's very easy to let fear come in and eat at you and really cause yourself to spiral. And it can be a really scary place. It can take you from being just worried to, like a crazy person, right? So my goal in this live is to share with you some of the tips and the different things that I did to help me move through that in-between area that maybe you could utilize in your life moving forward. For me, in this situation, God worked me through the fear. 100%, no doubt in my mind. But I had to be open to allowing that to happen, and I was. So one of the things that I did was I prayed, and some people don't know if they pray right. For me, a long time ago, I felt like that. I felt like I didn't know how to pray, or if I was doing it right or whatever. And so I sat down one day and I just said, God, I don't know how to pray. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't want to screw it up. Like, I already feel like I'm screwing everything else up. Like, what do I do? And all I heard was, have a conversation. So from that day forward, I've done nothing but have conversations with God, Jesus, angels, spirit guides, whatever I feel drawn to, all of them at one time, whatever. And I have conversations, and I'm real and I'm honest. And sometimes it's messy and it's ugly. And sometimes I'm pissed and angry. And through all of it, what I've learned is that it's okay. And so I prayed a lot. I had a lot of questions, and I asked questions, and I put it out there, and I put out my fears, and I put out my worries, and I put out all these different things that were happening because I didn't know what was going on with me, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And so I was very real and very honest with myself, and I just put it out there. And when I was done with it all, I actually said, God, I'm handing it all over to you, because I don't know what else to do, because I can't deal with the pressure and with the heaviness of all of this. And so I'm going to hand it over. And when I did that, I actually felt lighter. It felt like I could breathe a little bit better, even though I was going through this thing that was like scaring the shit out of me. And so that was one thing that I did, so that you could use that for anything. in your life, no matter what you're going through. Like, that's something that you can absolutely utilize in any pocket of whatever it is. The other thing is that I did a lot of visualization. I'm a visual person. I learn visually. What I did was I actually was imagining this, and I've learned this through like my hypnosis stuff, but I learned about closing my eyes, and I was taking the gold, you see this golden white light, and to me, like, I see a blue light when I need healing. So like I actually imagined that just flowing through my body. And I just allowed myself to sit there and be and flow through my body. And that actually helped me to feel better. Whether it was all in my head or not, it was helping me to feel better. And that's the whole point. You know what I mean? The whole point is to help you to get through the things that you need to get through when you're going through scary, shitty situations or something that is, you feel out of your control. So that's just something that I did. If you try to do that, you can visualize any color, whatever feels good to you. Just allow it to flow through you. We're all made of energy, so it's like if you're refreshing, rejuvenating yourself, it's a really good feeling. I know it sounds silly and weird, but when you allow yourself to actually do it, it does work. But you could do that for anything. If you feel like you're in a funk, if you feel like you're off, if you feel like you're angry or frustrated about whatever a situation is that you're going through, you can do that, and it'll actually elevate your vibration and bring your vibration up, and it'll actually make you feel better. There's actually scientific proof behind that as well. So that's another thing that I did. I kept doing over and over again, and it was really helpful. Another thing that I did was I said I ams. So I recently ran a 5K whenever we were at Disney's Castaway Island. I don't like to run. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like to run. But there is this silly rubber medallion that you can get from that island from running their 5K, and I wanted it. And that was my driven goal going into this. Okay, so I just wanted this rubber medallion, whatever. Well, then it got to the point where it was like, okay, wait a minute. So when I had this scare, it was before that. And then it was like, I'm doing this because I can, because I physically can, and I want to be able to do it. Because I don't know, I'm aging. I don't know what's going on, whatever. I just want to be able to do it because I'm able to do it. So as we're doing this 5K on this island, you have to do the loop twice. So the first time I did the loop, I was just kind of out there. It was hot. I mean, like I said, I don't really like to run, but I'm just trying to make the best of it because I'm going to get this rubber medallion. And I'm running. And then the second loop, I'm daydreaming, whatever. The second loop, it got hot. And I'm not a runner. I didn't train for this. I'm starting to cramp up. Some of the water station things had ran out. So I'm like, it's like 90 degrees, 100% humidity. It's freaking hot. And in that moment, I was like, I've got to get through this. My subconscious, I have to tell my subconscious that I can do this, because right now my subconscious is saying you need to bail, you need to get out, you know what I mean? And that's what ends up happening. Whenever you get into a fearful situation, you let the negative mind chatter take over. And anything that's based on fear is not through God. And so I had to reset my brain, and I had to say, I can do this. I need to tell my subconscious that I can do that, because I believe the subconscious is directly linked to God, because that's part of our soul, and that's just how we communicate. It's just a whole nother life. But anyway, so I'm telling myself, I'm like, okay, God, what do I need to say to myself? I said this. I talked to God a lot through the day. I'm like, what do I need to say to get me through this? And he said, I heard him say, I am perfect health. And as I said, I am perfect health, I was doing the visualization of the golden white light, the blue healing light coming through my body, just rushing through me like a waterfall. And then I said that repeatedly over and over and over again. And all of a sudden, I was like, can do this. I'm running and I can do this. And then it was like, I am able. I am able. Like, I'm able to do this, so I'm going to do it. And then I'm like, I'm strong. I am strong. I'm physically strong and able to do this. I'm not the best runner by any stretch of the imagination, but my legs are moving and I can go do this. And so I literally repeated those 3 things over and over and over again. And where all the other people that were running in front of me had like kind of stopped and walked. I mean, at this point, like I'm, you know, before I was like kind of starting to struggle. It was all of a sudden, it was like something came through me and I could just do it. And I didn't stop. And I finished it and I ran it. And it was the mind over the matter, which is also equivalent to God over fear. And just different things like that. But you can incorporate, I tell you that story because you can incorporate the I ams into anything into your life. And if you don't even know what to say for the I ams, just put it out there. Ask, say, what can I say? What can I, and something's going to pop into your head. And when it does, that's what's right for you. You know what I mean? And, you know, if it's a life change, you know, I am capable of this life change with ease and grace. It's going to be easy. I'm going to go through this easily. You know, they say that I am is the direct correlation with God. So when you say I am, you have to make sure that whatever you're saying after the fact is positive and good and inspiring and fulfilling, because you're creating what's happening in your world. So whenever you say things like I'm tired, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, you're creating that. You're creating the subconscious to say, oh, okay, that's what you are? Well, let me get on it, because that's based off the law of attraction too. And I know I'm kind of all over the place with all this, but it's all connected. So those are just different things that I did that helped me to ease my anxiety, that helped me to be able to get through the piece where I was like really, really fearful, and be able to still enjoy my life and do the things and try to see the greater good and all of those different things, you know. So it was my prayer, which is something that you can do at any point in your life. I literally pray all the time. And you don't have to like make like a certain time to do it or whatever. I'm driving down the road having a conversation. So, and he wants us to do that. I mean, he's available. Angels are available to you all the time. Like, guides are available to you all the time. Just put it out there. You have to remember we have free will, and we have to ask. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you're worth it. The other thing was the visualization. That was just something that I do. I'm going to talk more about visualizations moving forward. They're really helpful for me. I don't know if they would be for you or not, but I'm happy to share what I do know, because they've definitely helped me in so many areas of my life. And then as well, the I ams. And, you know, if anybody needs any assistance or has questions or anything like that, you know, please don't be afraid to reach out to me, to ask me. I'm happy to share. But like I said, I just wanted to share the pocket from the time that I realized things were going, kind of something was off, until I realized things were okay. That pocket in between that I went through was scary. And I got to thinking that there's been lots of pockets in my life where things have been scary for different reasons. And there were lots of times where I felt alone, even though I was surrounded by people who love me and want to be there for me and help me. I felt very alone. And I don't want anyone to feel alone, because there are things that you can do if you're open to it that will allow God to work you through the fears. And that's what happened with me. And I just wanted to share those things with you. So If you felt that this was helpful, please share it. If you think that somebody else might be going through something that might need just that little nudge or that little piece of something that could help them, please share this video or direct them to my page and where they could watch it themselves. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope that you all have a wonderfully blessed day, and I hope this helps somebody. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.